Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming's chairman of the Senate Republican Policy Committee, the fourth-ranking Republican in the Senate, and joins us this morning from Capitol Hill. Senator, good to see you again. Good morning.
Good to be with you. Thanks, Carl.
You got a lot going on. The Journal says the talks are progressing steadily. There's a moratorium, supposedly, on public comments. The Dow's up almost 90 points. Are we getting closer?
Well, I believe we are, and we need to. I agree with Kent Conrad. We need to do a big deal that takes a look at the spending, which to me is the key problem in this country. With 10,000 baby boomers every day turning 65, the tidal waves of those folks on Medicare and Social Security are really the problem of the $16 trillion debt. It's not that we're taxed too little, it's that we continue to spend too much.
Michael Gerson in the Washington Post this morning is talking about where the responsibility lies for the president himself. His argument is he's got to provide a way for Boehner to land this deal safely. He writes, the moment Boehner concedes on rates, Republicans fear a leak and a Democratic victory dance before any serious outcome on spending cuts can be locked in. A, are you willing to move on rates? And B, how do you guarantee those cuts are going to come in return?
Well, I think Michael Gerson is right in the sense that you have to have something that John Boehner will take to the House and then can pass the House of Representatives that the president agrees to sign. Whatever that is, Carl, I believe that will pass the Senate. So that's the fundamental decision and discussions that have to be done between John Boehner and the president to come up with a big solution that deals with the amount of spending that we have on Social Security and on Medicare before John Boehner, I think, says anything in terms of raising taxes through rates. The issue is John Boehner has already put revenue on the table through other ways to do it rather than raising rates, and I believe those other ways are better ways to go.
Senator, how difficult is the debt ceiling discussion? It's quite clear that the president would like to bolt that on to any deal, and yet for rank-and-file GOP to lose control of setting the ceiling on the debt is a huge issue. Can it be sold? Could it be sold by Boehner to the party?
Well, you know, the president, when he was in the Senate, voted against raising the debt ceiling and said to do so would be irresponsible to raise the debt ceiling. Now the president is asking for a new credit card after he's maxed out the old one. The Constitution, Article 1, Section 8 says that it is the Congress who will decide on borrowing money for the country. So I do not see the Congress in any way giving up its authority to the president to be able to, in an unauthorized, unchecked way, raise the debt ceiling.
Then you are deadlocked, because the president has been absolutely categoric that he will not move forward without getting that in the bag, and you're saying it's a non-starter.
The Congress is not going to give authority to the White House to raise the debt ceiling unchecked, unauthorized, unapproved, without the oversight that is demanded, and the president himself, when he was in the Senate, opposed giving that authority to the White House.
Mark Warner was on earlier this morning and said, if we go that route, Senator, we're going to have this sort of lurching drama every 12 months, every 16 months, whenever the ceilings come up, and those are like speed bumps on the economy. Fair or not?
Well, I visited with Senator Warner last night. We worked closely together, working on different issues together. He's very thoughtful. To me, though, the debt ceiling is something that the American people want direct input into that through the Congress, and the president has shown in the past he has no appetite to control spending. Even the original proposal that came forth by Secretary of Geithner called for Secretary of Treasury Geithner last week called for additional so-called stimulus spending. Our problem is that we are spending too much already, and our solution is to get more people to work, to get jobs and growth. That's the way to increase tax revenue in the country, and I think it's a mistake for the president to be asking for unlimited, unauthorized opportunity to raise the debt ceiling and then just to spend more taxpayer monies. And, you know, taxpayers believe that the additional money that they would send will be wasted because government does a pretty good job of wasting taxpayer money right now.
They do tend to take it in and then spend it right away. Senator, good to have your insight today. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Carl, for having me.
Senator Barrasso on the Hill.